Hey, what is going on, guys? It's the SS Ultimate Goku back in the video, and today I'm going to be doing my Attack on Titan English dub episode 85 review. And so we're going to get to this review. Again, this is we're treating this as if this is the first time it ever came out. This is an English dub channel. We will have the pending comments on for the remainder of the season. Until the season's over. Because again, we're treating this as if it first came out. So yeah. Okay. So, episode starts off. Got Hanji. Who is basically surveying the occupation of current ports of where the flying boat is, which is still intact. Basically looking around with, the general or the commander from the Marlians. Looking at that boat, the ports, and, they're basically trying to investigate what their plan is, basically, on what they're going to do. Theme song then plays, whatever. And then you go to Connie, Mikasa, Armin, Jean, Rhina, Annie, Cart Titan. They're all talking. And basically this is basically them going over what they're gonna do and what their plan is. Because the Titans have already crossed the sea. And so they need to come up with a plan to basically get to the boats. And so when they come up with this plan, they basically have to devise a plan which leads to them having to attack their own people, basically, which they don't want to do. Like, they don't want to attack the people that they train with. Armin is very hesitant on this whole idea, which you can't blame the dude. Because, they learned stuff together, and now they have to attack them, and Annie and Ryan basically understand, like, they know, like, this is going to be a harsh decision for them to do. Connie's very emotional about it, but then you get Rhina has the flashback with Aaron and what he had talked about preparing from the flashback. Annie and Rhina conclude that they basically, the Service Corps, they would not battle for Conrothran's. But that basically revealed her destination to Aaron, or like I said, the flashback. Then you get them apologizing, I'm sorry, I forgot about that. Hanji and the general come in. And he basically tells Connie and everyone else who are basically hesitant on killing their own people that she had already killed 4, basically, and to really not worry about that at this point. Then you got the general of the Marlian army basically, apologizing to Armin and everyone else, and trying to set up, that they were misguided on how they wanted to approach everything, and in the end, that we need to move forward with a different approach on setting a better future. So that's what ends up happening in that. It was a very touching scene. And it kind of gets them to move forward on what they want to do. And then you got them going after the female blonde haired girl. The captain or the commander basically is basically asked or demanding her tell her about what the plans are for what where Aaron is and whatnot, and he eventually gets off of that, but then actually goes on to say, now that I actually want to live to see what actually happens. Now after he let goes of her mouth, she actually basically says she wants to see what happens now. And that she might consider revealing where Aaron is if things go well, I guess. You do see Gabby trying to climb up a mountain at one point, but that's kind of it after that. And then after that, they kind of just go over the plan, what they're going to do, that this is only going to be like a one shot, like that they're only going to really have one opportunity to kind of get this right. And if they don't get it right, it's not going to work out. So, it's very important that they go after it right away. Again, after the apology that the commander from the Marlians, as I said earlier, I kind of jumped the gun on it, is basically he apologizes, it's emotional, but he's like, they need to do it or whatever, but Armin basically is like, no, we have to do it. We have to do this. This is our, these are our people, this is our battle, so they have to do it. And, there's a shocked look on his face, but then they cut off to the scene. After that, you see, they show like pans of the building, and then you see the person from, I believe, the Japanese race, who is like the leader, that tried to recruit Mikasa or whatever earlier in this couple seasons ago or whatever. Well, she is now basically being held hostage by the Aaronites at gunpoint, and she's basically he's trying to recruit her to basically use her and some of the remaining people that are still alive, for them, in the island. And she basically is like questioning, his plan, because it's like, even if you exterminate everyone outside of the island, that's only going to lessen the problems within the island. And he basically says that he's full aware of this, and that he's figuring stuff out for that. They do show two people that they had already killed, that they were dragging their bodies out. And again, he then threatens her with gunpoint, and before he does anything, then you see Connie and Armin, they're riding horses, and they basically are trying to bait him in, and say, you have to get the plan, and so they try to like dupe him into, removing the detonator, so they can go, I guess, move the boats out, and or to disarm the detonator of the explosives. And So the two people that are standing guards are suspicious. Arm and Connie, are telling the leader that, and then they go to the guards and they tell them this, and they're hesitant. They heard rumors that they were traitors or whatever. There's just hesitation, like they're like shell shocked and whatnot, and so yeah, there was some hesitation there. And yeah, they were definitely, obviously trying to plan stuff out. And again, this was just a build up to it because they're trying to keep their composure. Because again, these two were highly suspicious and they were friends of theirs. And so they're disarming, and then so now at this point, as they're disarming, they're shocked. I guess Toonami didn't put the disclaimer up or whatever, because, or at least I think they did put it up, but they didn't put it up on the website or whatever because it wasn't on there, and I couldn't get the screenshot of it like I have done in the past. For during the commercial break. So I found this online. This is actually an official one, but or at least this is translated from I don't know, from the wiki page, I guess. I didn't know they did them, but they did, I guess. So this is what I got since I couldn't get it on Adult Swim for some reason. So this is the translation of the information available for public disclaimer. Quotes, flying boat. Talking about technology must be used to service the world's first flying boat, which used the iceberg stone as fuel, since it was designed to observe the might of the rumblings of the craft, is capable of long-distance international flights. So it's the flight boat here, the flying boats. Yeah, that was the information for public disclaimer. So then we get again the leader for the Iranites, basically once again talking to the leader of the Japanese clan thing person, and talking about his plan and what he wants to do. Then we get the leader who was able to then that was at that moment there was a shot fired, and the leader basically disarmed him and got him into an armbar, and that's when we started all the fighting happen. And as they're about to raise their guns, the two guards that come in to help out the leader of the Aaronites, this is when Mikasa jumps through the window and basically attacks the two guards and then knocks them all out. And then at this point, the leader gets away, goes through the window, and basically tells everybody that Mikasa, Armin, Connie, they all basically turn their backs on Eldion. And then after this, Mikasa's helping everyone else to the basement to kind of fight back against some of these other guards, soldiers that are there. as well as Hanji and the commander of the Marlians helps out. And then at this point, Connie, or I'm sorry, one of the guards that's standing by shoots Armin. But obviously Armin's a Titan, so it doesn't matter. But Connie, they hesitate to shoot Connie. The other guard hesitates to shoot Connie because now they know they're traitors. So at this point, they're like saying that they are your friends. We are still friends, you know, and they're kind of upset because they betrayed everyone. Meanwhile, again, in the building, they're in the basement. Mikasa and the leader of the Japanese group, they're in there, you know, trying to fight out the other soldiers in the building. Then you get Rhina and Annie, who basically transform into their Titan forms, literally right in front of the leader of the Air Knights as he's in the air with his his ODM gear. And it was quite a sight to see because it's been a while since we've seen the female Titan transform. And then, of course, we get Rhina transforming. And you get a brief cameo of Levi, who's still in critical condition. And as they're trying to fight him off, they're defending their necks or whatever, because that's their weak points. And at this point, again, there is a struggle. Connie, gets one of the guards down and is fighting for his gun. And again, Armin starts to come to, and he takes control of the other guard, who is now trying to rearm it, basically after disarming it. And you can see Connie, he's crying because he didn't want to do this. The one guard points the gun at Armin's head, and again, Connie is now fighting with the other guard as well, and Connie says, the guy says, I thought we were, allies, and he's like, we were, we are friends. We are friends and whatnot. It's very emotional. Connie's crying because, again, this is someone he trained with and he's friends with. Again, the other guard is pointing a gun at Armin, and then there's the flashback from memories that he got from Bertel. And ultimately, Connie wins the struggle, gets the gun, shoots the other guy who's pointing the gun at Armin, kills him instantly as he cries, and then he looks back to the other guy and shoots him instantly as he's crying, because he knows he doesn't want to do it, but he had no choice. And he just continues crying at this point, and it's a very emotional. You can tell they're very upset, and that was the end of the episode itself. It was a very emotional scene, and you can really feel for Connie because he didn't want to shoot his friends, Des and Samuel, but unfortunately he had no choice. And that's the arc of war at this point, and that is basically where this is going, unfortunately. It's really interesting, too, because we haven't seen Historia since that one scene when Eren made his plan known. I'm really interested to see what Historia is doing, because, the whole thing's been taken over by these Erenites, right? And what is she doing at this point? Well, she's pregnant right now, right? So she can't really do anything, but yeah, that's really gonna be interesting to see where her stance is on this. But nonetheless, very interesting episode. Thought it was a good episode. And getting the pace of the direction they're going on at least. Because we have to set something up here. I mean, I don't really like the direction they've gone in, but at least we're getting something solid here to set up what they're going to do. They got some common ground now on what they want to do, and obviously the Aaronites are the enemy at this point for them. It'll be very interesting to see what they end up doing now going forward. But that was the review of episode 85. And again, pinned comments will be penned unless you're someone that's an approved member, approved subscriber, until the end of the season, because we treat this as if it's the first time it was released. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Comment, rate, if you like my videos, or any of my videos. Please subscribe. Discord link is also in the description as well. And that is about it, guys. I am the SS Ultimate Goku, and I'm out of here. Peace.